Hello, everything should be up. So I finally got my new oven hooked up and was able to bake our little badger figurine. Should probably start with the cookies first, but I was finally able to bake her so we can actually be back on schedule and do what we're supposed to be doing. I need to go grab the glue. So I'll have to glue these back down when I finish them. Okay. Okay, so I'll have to keep in mind 2 of these have to go over the edges. The rest of them just stick on the tray. Yes, this is an outlet plate that I had. So we're going to start with the cookies here, but I am going to run downstairs real quick and grab the glue that I forgot to bring up. I shall be right back. I'm back. I kept thinking like, oh, I need to grab that before I start working on this, and then I totally forgot. As per usual. Okay. So for the cookies, we're going to start with a little bit of a yellowish color, and then we'll do the darker brown on top of that, because we're just doing standard chocolate chip cookies. The reason that sorry, I'm a little breathless still from running up the stairs. The reason that I wanted to start with the cookies is that I'll need to glue them to the tray, and I want to give the glue time to fully solidify while we work on the badger. That's that so I can see. Yep, so we're just doing a little yellow tone here in the center. The bottoms don't really matter because they're going to be glued to the tray, so you're not going to see them at all. Problem is, looking at this, I really want cookies now. Oh, if you can, whoops. Trying to get it to focus here. There we go. Cookie. And I apologize if you can hear the cat. She's very needy today. I have 5 cats, and she's normally a little bit more shy, but she has been begging for my attention lately. I was cuddling her earlier, but apparently that wasn't enough. If she fusses too much, I might let her in. But I need to not do that, because then she learns that that's how she gets into the room, and then she won't ever stop. She sounds so sad. So once we do this yellow, we're going to go with a slightly lighter Maybe a little bit of the beige mixed in the middle, so because we just need a slightly lighter yellow, but not quite a bright yellow. Because cookies kind of have this off, they're like in the gradient scale of brown, where it's like yellow to brown, but with a little more white than this color. And then we'll do the brown edges. And the dark brown for the chocolate chips. Because I wanna get these done and then glued to the tray so that the tray is ready for our little badger. I did get a lot of good name suggestions. I was looking over those again. I think there was like Barnaby, Bartholomew. I was actually thinking that it was more feminine, although that wasn't a requirement, so they were all fine. I think only one person actually gave female names, so I am going to use that as a first name. I liked Betsy, so I am going to name her Betsy, but I'm debating about the last name. Wanted to use one of the other suggestions as a last name. I'm leaning toward brioche, which is a type of bun, and I really liked that suggestion. I believe that one was on TikTok, I think. And Betsy was on YouTube. So I kind of like the idea of combining the different platform suggestions that I got. Actually, I don't know if that's quite the right color. Let me go for this. Let's go for this color. Yeah, that's more correct. That's more what I'm going for. Sorry, these are tiny. You can't see them too well. See if I can get near the camera so you can see it a little better. The color isn't showing up too well. I'm not sure why the camera adjusts the color all the time to look super yellow randomly. I'm a little confused by it, to be honest. I should probably go through the settings on that. The other thing I'm not sure of too is exactly what I want to do on the apron. I kind of want to do a design on the apron because I think that would look very cute, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm leaning toward like green with flowers maybe. Because the badger's going to be basically monochrome. We're doing a European badger. So they're just the ones I'm used to seeing in my Redwall novels. The American badger is similar, but it's a little more brown. A little more beige brown colored. European badger is basically monochrome. Black, white, and gray. Alright, now we're going to take our brown, start doing the edges here. Oh, looks like the brown needs to be mixed up a bit. Paints do separate over time if you're not careful. I didn't feel like dealing with the little hand things today. I usually wear them, but I don't know. I was annoyed by it today, so I didn't. I'm just wearing these things. Whatever this is called, arm sleeves. Oh, okay. Let's keep my sweater from going down here. All right. I may have to pull up a cookie image here just to make sure I'm getting this coloration correct, because I think this is a little too drastic, a little too much. Not quite right. It needs to be a little less yellow, I think. So I might dry brush with a little bit more of something, a different color. But usually the edges get all nice and crispy and browned. And then the middle keeps that yellowish tone just a bit. And then we can individually glue them onto the tray. All right. Almost done with our cookies. All right. Oh, wrong one. This one. We need a different brush. Clean brush. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue them down first. Then I'm going to paint the, we'll paint the, where were the special ones? Okay. We'll paint the chocolate chips after the fact. Okay, where is the other special one? It goes over the... Kitty cat, you're fine. She has a very funny meow. It's very barky almost. She sounds so pitiful. Hopefully it's not too loud. We'll just kind of let these anchor down for a little bit. All right. This is what we have so far for the tray. I will add the chocolate here in a second. So, but for now, we are going to turn our attention to our little badger. All right. So first things first, let me see where the black stripes are, because I believe the black is kind of like on the front, striped down the forehead and the arms. Yes, okay. So it's going to be here. And here. Yes, okay. And then the inside of the ears is also black. Looks like the inside of the ears is black and the tips of the ear are white, perhaps? Yes. Alright, so this is gonna go into here. The black is very pronounced on the face. The nose is also black. And then the arms, or the front legs, I guess, are black. And then the rest of it kind of gradients into a gray-white color. So in the back legs, the paws are black, but the rest of it also kind of gradients into a dark gray. Alright. I'll have to double check the color of the claws as well. I think they're a bit beige colored, but also hard to tell because, you know, they're digging claws, so they're rarely, you know, clean and bright and easy to see. Now, the top of this paw obviously doesn't look very detailed, but that's where the tray's going, so it doesn't have to be. Because it's going to be completely hidden. It just needed to be flat so I could get glue on it. But we do need to do the sides. So that is visible. Okay, so we're gonna start doing a sort of faded black color. So it's almost like this is going to be hard to achieve because most of the badger's body is kind of a salt and pepper look. So we'll see how this goes. Because it almost... So I might do a mix of like dry brushing white and black over the gray. Because that's kind of what it looks like. I'll have to find a picture of the back of the badger's head too, because I want to see how far the white stripe goes down. It looks like it also kind of fades. It's really bright here, and then at the base of like the nape of the neck, it begins to fade into the grayish color. Let me see. What do the back of the ears look like? Oh, these are all from the front. I can't tell. I'll have to look for another photo. Hold on. Okay. We're getting a little bit of the coloration there. Working on it slowly. And the feet are also black and fading. Looks like it might be picking up the cat's meow just a little. She's back at the door again crying. I think it's because she can hear me talking and she really wants my attention today. I've been picking her up and cuddling her all day. I don't know why she wants it so much. Normally she's Little Miss Independent, but not today. What? Kitty cat, you're fine. Kitty. Hold on, let me see if I can let her in. Because she's going to be stubborn and keep yelling at the door. And I feel bad even though I know she's fine. Come on in. Come on. Do you want in? Okay, come on. You can make up your mind. Are you coming in or not? No, I'm not having more. No, all of you can't come in. I'm gonna let her wander around in the room for a while. She didn't know what she wants. Okay. But at least that'll keep her quiet for a little bit. There we go. All right, so now let's take a break from the black for a little bit, and we're going to do the white. That's a good brush there. Let's take this brush. Sorry if I breathed into the microphone there. I did not mean to do that. Alright, now we need to do little tufts on the ears, like so. And then let me check again, sides of the face. Yeah. There we go. It's coming along pretty nicely there. Looking like a badger. It looks like the underside here is actually a dark black, so the white goes to about here. The chin, a little bit on the chin here. And then it fades into a black into the chest. So. Alright. Yeah, I'm thinking Betsy Brioche I do really like. I did like Barnaby quite a bit. So it's like it could be Betsy Barnaby, but that feels like two first names. Alright. Yeah, it looks like dry brushing both colors does kind of give that salt and pepper look a little bit. So that seems to be what we might have to do there. And don't worry, we will uncover the eyes before we're finished. It will not, she will not have gray eyes. I find it's a pain to clear up the eyes 3 or 4 times because then I inevitably go back over it with another paint and then the eyes get covered in paint again and I'm like, well, that was pointless. Now I gotta do this again. So we will uncover the eyes when we are completely finished, or at least finished with the head. Alright, I'm gonna grab the black again here real quickly and do the underside of the chest. Because it looks like a lot of European badgers have a pretty dark coloration under their chin and their chest. So it's like right here is kind of white and then it turns into a dark black here. Ollie, what are you doing? Girly. Miss Kitty Cat, what are you doing? Don't be messing with stuff. If you misbehave, you're gonna have to go out of the room. I just heard an owl outside. That's cool. I haven't actually heard any for a while in this area. I used to hear them all the time at my parents' house. Okay. There we go. Alright. Now let me take a look at the tail. Okay. Tail looks like a little bit darker at the top and then somewhat whitish at the base. So we'll go for that. Ollie, what you doing? I don't know why she looks so guilty every time I ask her what she's doing. Okay, she's just laying down on my clothes. That's fine. She can do that. I guess they are comfy. Alright. Okay. Put the black aside. Let's go back to the white. And we're going to kind of go over the black and stuff here again. Because this... Now, it looks like their coat colors do change because some of them are like really dark black, some are only gray. It might also depend male, female. I guess I should have looked that up since I am referring to this one as a female. I was just painting the standard coloring that was showing up here. But some animals do have different coloration based on male to female. I don't think badgers do. Let me check. Okay, no, they look about the same. Looks like the female's head is just a little bit shorter. A little bit... Oh, she actually looks more female, to be honest. The way I did her head. It's a little bit slimmer. But the coloration's the same. Okay, that's all I needed to know. They can be a little brown sometimes, though. I just wanted to be sure I wasn't, like, totally off base with the coloration. So I was like, oh, we might have to retroactively make her back into pick one of the male names instead. Okay. I don't know why I decided I want her to be female, but I just have been calling her a her for a bit. Whenever I make little characters like this, for some reason my brain just decides randomly that, oh, this one's a girl or this one's a boy, and I don't really know why. There's no particular logic behind it. Probably because I personally like baking. And I haven't really met too many guys that like baking. I was also thinking about the Redwall characters, the Badger Mums from Redwall. Because I always liked them. Alright. Alright, let's do the nose again. Alright, I think it's time we can actually clear out the eyes a little bit. There we go. Now she's got nice looking eyes. Now I want to glance at Badger Claws real quick. Yeah, they're kind of a beige-ish color, so we'll do that. We'll dry brush with the beige. A little bit of and they are quite long. Quite long and sometimes a bit sharp, actually. There we go. Alright, so now I'm going to take a break from the Badger for a little bit. And we are going to paint. Let's put this back. We're going to paint the chocolate chips. Alright, so we need a dark brown. Gray paint opened up. Did it spill everywhere? It did. Oh, great. I'm gonna have to clean that up later. I refilled my little gray paint thing here and it just spilled all inside my thing. And now everything is covered in paint. Great. Well, I'm gonna try to open this without getting paint all over myself. Because it's all on the bottom of it. Okay, that kind of worked. Alright, we're going to try to see where my cat went. Oh, there you are. She's right at my feet. She's just wandering around. I don't know why she wanted to be in here, because she clearly doesn't want my attention. She just didn't want me in another room, apparently. Go. Almost finished with the cookies. I like watching my cat decide whether or not she wants to lay on the bed or not. She's very indecisive. All right. There we go. We can see a little better there. We got our cookies on the tray. Okay. Oh, I forgot that was covered in paint. Right. All right, let's move our badger here. Now I'm thinking it might be fun to have a green apron. Um, hmm. I need to add more of my green colors to this thing, because I clearly have not. Because I'm only seeing... I can't possibly just have those two shades of green. Well, I can use the shiny. I can use the shimmery green, too. We'll use some of that. Because I don't know what happened to my dark green. I should have a dark green somewhere. But I don't. I don't know. I'll have to go hunting for it. Let's see if we can get a good look with this green. If not, I'll have to go downstairs and grab one of my other green paints that I thought I had. But apparently I don't. Yeah, this will work. We're going to do this shimmery color and then we'll add the lighter color on top. So, it'll work. Alright. Yeah, I need to take my little paint thing here and put it downstairs and replenish all of the colors. Okay. There we go. Alright, so touch up the bottom here. Can hear the kitty cat purring from over here. She has found a comfy spot on my bed and is very happy with herself. Oh, I didn't mean to get green on the hands. Okay. Very carefully paint. There we go. What you doing, kitty cat? Don't mess with the wires. Don't mess with the wires. You could have just stayed on the bed, you know. Ollie, what are you doing? Do you want back out? I don't think she knows what she's doing. I think cats just randomly are unhappy and they start yelling at you for something and they don't really know what they want. There we go. Okay. Basic color is completed. Now, we get to add some shading. And this will tone down the shininess just a little bit. Make it look a little more normal. Since I didn't bring up any of my normal green paints. Okay. You can see we've made a lot of progress there. Alright. I'm going to try a little bit. I think this is the same color. Is it? Yes, it is. Okay, we'll let that dry a little bit, and then I might dry brush it with some yellow. Trying to think here. Let me look up some cute aprons, because I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure where I want to go with this, you know? I'm not quite sure. I want to put some designs or something on it, but I don't want to do anything too complicated. Let's see. I could do the edges a different color, but that would be a pain. I could do white flowers, maybe. I was looking for inspiration, but I'm not liking anything I'm seeing, really. I think I am missing one of my things, because normally I have a yellow out as well, and I don't see it. I don't see my regular yellow. Where did he go? Oh, I'm sorry, Kitty. I didn't see it. Oh. Oh, here it is. Like, I knew I had a green-yellow, yeah, little thing here. I just didn't know where it was. Just very lightly dry brush some yellow coloration onto this to just give it more depth. And then do this so you can see the texture just a little bit that I had done. Sorry. Sorry. Probably sounded horrible on the microphone. There we go. Adding some extra color. All right. All right, so we're gonna put this away now. We have a lot more depth and texture on that apron now. I think I really want to do like some white flowers. Let me think. I say, let me think, and then I immediately start painting. Let me not think. Let me just do. And we'll see where that gets me. Okay. Then let's do a dot of yellow in the middle. Okay. Then let's do the very light green, but with a very teeny, tiny little brush. Nope, that one's wet. Teeny tiny little brush. I mean, this will work. This is the end of a brush that apparently came off. Okay, you can kind of see what I'm doing here. There we go. Got little flowers. Alright. That's me. Put this lid back on. Kitty cat, what are you messing with now? Hmm? Alright. Let's do a tiny little bit of a different orange on each of the flowers. There we go. That just gives it a little more depth. And then maybe a dash of pink on each of the petals. Let me see how that looks. Just a little bit. There we go. You can see the little design. Now I think maybe I should do a little white flower border. Or I could do a little flower on the pocket. And then the pink a little bit. And then the yellow. The question is, do I do a faint white dot border? I think I do. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Here we go. Just a faint little white flower border. Very simple. Perfect. There we go. I like that. I think that's good for the apron. I think that's cute. All right. Put this up here. All right. I think, oh, we need to touch up the black on the paw a little bit. We did mess that up a tad. I think everything else was okay. Make sure there's nowhere else I totally ruined something. I don't think so. Okay. I think. All right, I think we're ready to glue the cookie tray onto the paw here. All right. Two. Just like so. Hold that on there just for a moment. And we are pretty much done. Trying to think if there's any other details I'd like to add, but I think we're good. We'll wait a little bit till this is thoroughly attached. Oh, I see a spot I can touch up. Okay. All right, so here is our Baker Badger. See the flower decorations, the cookies. And her name is officially Betsy Brioche, the Badger Baker. You can see the back. Like that. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Love her cookies. But there we go. We are finished with our little Badger Baker. If you liked this video, please comment things that you'd like to see me do in the future. I love doing anything, pretty much anything creepy or cute. I do cryptids, mythology, random fan art from video games and movies. Pretty much anything that I am familiar with or would enjoy. I would do. So I welcome suggestions. Please give me suggestions in the comments. If you did watch this far, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. I will be posting the shortened version of this with the name, and I think I'm going to be posting a poll probably later tonight or tomorrow morning. We'll see. I think I'm going to come up with some things that I'd like to do next, and I'll see if anybody wants to vote on what I should sculpt next. I'll have some ideas. I think I want to do some more fan art, so give me your suggestions. I appreciate all the interactions I do get. I don't get too many, but I do really, really appreciate it when I get some. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely night.